Hello everyone, I'm Nijat, co-founder of the Nexus ADV and business analyst in Amazon. So today I will record the session to the introduction to the business analysis and BABOK. So before we start, just to give information to you that we have a community, 442 members joined already. This is Pro Analyst Hub. This is community for analysts. So if you didn't join, check link in the description and join to our community. So let's start. So I'm Nijat, co-founder Nexus ADV, and I'm doing now a PhD in digital economy and business in TSI, ambassador of Notion and Asana. I'm certified PMP certified, EVS, Google certified business analyst professional. And my last project, big one, was in Amazon for 6.2 headcount saving and 150,000 saving. So another co-founder of the Nexus ADV is Sakina Alieva. She's a senior compliance associate in Amazon, and she's a soft skill and career mentor in the Nexus ADV. So join to our community using the link in the description. And if you want to get a full bootcamp, make sure that you use a link in the description and join to our business analyst bootcamp. And let's start. Processes are the algorithms of business. I like this quote very much, and this quote from the CEO of the Camunda, Jacob. So if you know the foundation of the business analysis, so if you understand these processes, and it's basically the algorithm of the business, and you will understand the whole business, and it will be very easy for you to implement the business analysis approach in everywhere. Okay. Roadmap to analysis. If you want to have a great analyst career and you want to understand the business very well and you want to be a great analyst, basically you need to have a business analyst BA mindset or analyst mindset, let's say. And that's why when I recommend people to learn business analysis and become the analyst, I'm recommending them to learn this 7-6. Okay, the first one is domain and business knowledge. It's very important. If you don't know the business you are working on, then it will be very hard for you to work on the correct, to make a correct analysis, to work on the correct products, and to deliver best. So that's why domain and business knowledge is very important. From the domain perspective, for example, if you are going to work in the bank, you need to know finance, corporate banking, or private banking. If you are going to work in the logistics, you need to understand it. But as a business knowledge, what I mean is that you should understand how the business makes money, okay? It shouldn't be a way that company is giving everything for free. No, you are working as a company, you are working as a corporate. Probably, even if you are working in the government, you have a stakeholders who are, population, country citizens, and that's why you're working as a corporate and you probably work in the business which makes some money. So as a business analyst, you need to make sure that whatever you deliver analysis in the final step serve to the one purpose, okay? And this should be earning money for company. So delivering the best product, solving the best, let's say, important problems, and with that you will the customer will get more value, stakeholder will get more value, and company will earn money, and from that, company earns money, high profit, and you earn more, and it goes this way. So that's why domain and business knowledge is very important. The business analysis core, which will focus more yet. What I mean here is like understanding the business analysis from PMI and IIB perspective. So if you know one of them, if you read a BABOK from the BABOK from the IIB or PM book or PMI guide to the business analysis, then you are fine. Or PM book in the project management and agile. You can learn project management very well from the PMI book, and if you have a chance to give an exam PMI, ECP or PMP is very recommended. Then data now is a foundation of everything, foundation of businesses. So that's why pay attention. If you are not even data and IT, let's say more not technical focused, at least to know and to to read about it. It's very recommended, okay? Because nowadays all businesses make decisions, not data-driven decisions, and pay attention to it. Then IT and cloud, at least to understand the IT basics foundation, and then cloud foundation will help you a lot, especially nowadays when this AI boom and everything is on the cloud. Then process language and docs, BPM and UML. Here, what I mean basically about the process language, and docs is how to write the docs, what to pay attention, and how to write user stories and so on. And career boost is what we include here, all about CV, LinkedIn, and then soft skills, and then interview skills, and all of them are included here. And then let's say the steps, actions that you need to take in order to go up in your career. And if you want to learn the analyst role, it's not you have to know all of them, but huge part of it, okay? If you want to be a best analyst, you have to know all of them. But if you don't know any of them, so some of them is also fine. But the more you know, and the higher your market value is, okay? That's why I always keep learning. And you'll use this knowledge during your analyst interviews. And this course is tested approved in application of following companies. Last year, in 2024, I've been interviewed by these companies, and while, let's say, participating in their recruitment process, I saw what they pay attention, what they value more, which information they're asking, what they're asking, and that's why, with this way, I based on my experience last year, and where I participated in these interviews, and plus my own experience in the Amazon, and plus the experience that we get from our consultant clients that are going and participating, and they're sharing their experience with us and in the community as well. So I can tell you that this course, these videos are the best. And if you know these videos very well and you combine this video with your experience, you can get so much from it, okay? That's why always get experience, always get knowledge from the experienced people, and this is what we share. Okay, in this presentation, what we will learn? We will learn fundamentals of business analysis, role and responsibilities, then meet international organizations we'll talk about, then IAB, BABOK, PMI, business analyst knowledge, and more. Okay, but in general, in our Bootcamp, what we recommend our students to focus on and what to learn, as I've included here as well, you encourage them to use AI a lot. You encourage them to use more in their tasks and in their analysis as well. So PMBOK and IAB is international organizations that you can learn project management and business analysis. PMBOK is a main book that we are using for the business analysis learning, and then we are working on the project during the bootcamps that based on the dashboards, based on the SQL or Power BI or QuickSight dashboard analysis. And after finishing the course materials, you can easily go and give a ECBA IAB certificate. That's why it's very good from all perspectives. So if you don't do them, if you don't focus them, please do read BABOK or BABOK, then use this PMI and IAB resources, use AI, and focus on data and certificate. Okay, what's a business analysis? Business analysis is a practice of enabling change in an enterprise by defining needs and recommending solutions. Okay, so you see the problem in the company, but it's not the case that you only see the problem. Okay, as a business analyst, you need to research, understand why it's happening, why there's such need, and then you need to research and understand the requirement, and then recommend solutions, and of course deliver value to the stakeholder. This is your mainly goal. And these business analysis initiatives can be applied in a 3 level. The first one is strategic. It's about a mission of the company and let's say long-term vision, 5 to 10 years. Then second one is tactical, is we are more limited. It's limited than strategic. It's between 1 or 3 years. It's mainly about mid-level, let's say. And operational is more operation-based, day-to-day operations or small projects, short-term, 3 to 6 months, and it can be up to 1 year as well. Okay, here as an example, let's say 5-10 years, a telecommunication company wants to transition from a traditional cable service to becoming a leading digital streaming platform. Okay, in this case, it's a strategic 5 to 10 years. It's longer. But if it's a tactical 1 to 3 years, the same telecom company needs to develop their streaming platform. Okay, in order to be great in the digital streaming in the long term, of course you should build in the short term a digital streaming platform, and then in the long term make it better and better. And the operational point of view, you should focus on immediate development phase. It can be, let's say, sprint that we do in the agile, or we can say that it can be a working day to day to build this digital platform. In which roles can I work if I know business analysis? It's one of the popular questions that I get from all people. Actually, if you know business analysis, you can work on many works, okay, many jobs. And here in the following slides, we will have another photo from the IIBA showing that in which directions you can go if you know business analysis, in which roles you can work. Okay, it's very different. If you are more going to the agile, you go to the business intelligence or business analyst or process analyst or system analyst. It can be very different. But ITBA, or it doesn't matter. But if you know the business analysis very well, okay, foundation of it, if you know really what is it and how the process goes, and if you know the BA mindset, you will be very super and very easy for you to work anywhere in any process. At least to adapt very speedily because you know the foundation well. So put the foundation above everything. First, you should learn a foundation, and then you can go more, let's say, more narrow way. For example, if you know business analysis, and you can choose if you go more to data or you go more to cybersecurity or agile or different. As a definition of the business analyst is any person who performs business analysis activities. Okay, there's a key word is business analysis activities, no matter what their job title and organization role may be, because role names can change. Okay, for example, today I've heard one company giving data agility analyst or data something similar name to the position, but in reality when I have asked from them what this role will do, they basically told me that this person who they hire to that role will do just data analysis. So the role name can change. So when you are searching in the internet, you can just put analyst and you can filter out by description. It's better way than only to search analyst, okay, or only to search business analyst, data analyst. So it can be very different. And the role is changing from the team, process, organization, industry. It's quite different. So that's why I don't only focus to the title business analyst. So pay attention. So to many titles. Okay, you can be management consultant, you can be process analyst, product manager, product owner, enterprise analyst, and so many different ones. And yeah, we help organizations and teams to create a better outcomes. Definition of the business analyst as a finish, we can say that we are facilitation of decision making. We are doing a problem definition solving. We are doing an analysis of people. We are doing a system analysis, process, data driving the implementation of change. Variety of, let's say, processes and work. As the evolution of the role of business analyst, this business analyst role was performed by the different roles before. Product manager, software developer, product quality control analyst, very different roles. But then all these let's say parts they came together in one role, and business analyst was born, and we are now working and learning to be a business analyst. So continued evaluation of the role. So business process analyst, business roles analyst, business architect, data analyst, product manager, business analyst at the same time. In the LinkedIn, for example, if you go to the people's part, you are search project manager, business analyst, you will see that so many people have there in their headline, because people see themselves together. They can manage and do a BA work. Some people doesn't accept it. It's okay, but yeah, this is the reality. So people work on both sometimes. Then systems. As a business analyst, we are working in the systems. Okay, this is let's say another layer of the foundation. So here can be a different system, internal, and here can be external. So internal systems are not for the public. Okay, so we are working on the internal system for the internal organization. Let's say we are doing an internal CRM, or we are doing a HR management portal, company internet, or internal website. It can be very different. So, but it's not external. No one from the outside of the organization will not use this system. That's why pay attention. It affects everything. Okay, it affects stakeholders, the way of working, communication, and everything. So that's why when you first start to do a BA work, you should understand that if it's an internal system or external system you are working on. But external system, it's open to public and particular to customers. And for example, the Amazon website or any banking website, as a customer support portal, anything else that can be accessed and used outside of the organization, it's an external system. Then we have a case study of the business analyst. For example, if we can give an example for them, it can be, for example, large retail chain improved inventory management. Check it. It's a keyword. We will highlight it. Inventory management by implementing a new system that streamlined ordering, optimized inventory level, reduced stocks by stock out 30%, leading to significant cost saving and improved customer satisfaction. Pay attention to it, okay? This is really important. Inventory management system, new system, improved by 30% efficiency. They all are, let's say, result of the work of the BA, business analyst, because they are working very closely in this type of projects, and they deliver value. A healthcare provider enhanced a patient appointment scheduling system, which is an external one, by implementing an automated system that allows patients to schedule online. It's an external system for patients, reducing wait times and improving overall patient satisfaction. In any case, as a business analyst, if you are working on any project, any improvement, process, or application, doesn't matter, even dashboard, pay attention to it, and at the end of it, you should have a product or improvement, let's say, that puts the process or the product in a better condition than before. That's why you always should welcome problems and try to make them, try to solve them, and use opportunities and make it as a positive return, let's say, for the company in case of improvement, or as a let's say money value, or as a profit. Financial services company underwent the digital transformation guided by business analysts, leading to 20% increase in customer satisfaction and 15% reduction in operation cost. You see, it's very different. A software development company improved project management by implementing agile methodology, reducing a 20% reduction in process delivery time. You see, 20% reduction in project delivery time. Again, improvement, delivery time improvement, which will probably save the cost. A logistic company optimized delivery routes with new planning software, reducing fuel cost by 15%. And improving delivery time by 30%. It's all about improvement and as a optimization processes, and of course, saving your money for the company. As a success formula for the BA, you should understand that before everything, you need to open to the change. The change is really the only thing that may happen, and change is the only thing that's constant. Okay, as a BA, of course, you should be welcome to it. So, change, business analysis is equal to business, it's equal to money, improvement, and growth. So that's why the companies which are in the competitive industry, they try to innovate more, and while they innovate, they will get more customers and earn more. So why I'm repeating all these points is because people who are working as a business analyst, they always think that they should only make a customer satisfied, but actually no. Of course you should, but there's a let's say another part of the coin is that you are in the business, so it's a corporate, and it's probably the private company, and at the end of it you should do something that it will be beneficial for the user, plus it should be let's say improvement or earning more for the company. So you should take into account. So we do analysis in order to make something better, to improve or change it. And here is the success formula. We have 4 points I've taken from the BQ. It's impact. The first one is know the impact of the project, product, or any change. Okay, what will be the impact to the company and to the customer as well? Assumptions. You will have always assumptions before the project work. During all requirements are just assumptions that need to be validated. Okay, we think that requirements are requirements. No, actually they are hidden, let's say, assumptions that we need to validate them. Then the composition. Decompose the assumption into small chunks to act and learn and get feedback. Decompose, so divide them. If you have a one big problem, decompose it into smaller steps. Then evaluate each small chunk to see if you are on track. Assumptions are aligned and impact measures. And nowadays, of course, because of the platforms, the product management and task management platform like Jira, Notion, and Asana, you can easily track, evaluate them, and manage them very well. And success formula of the BA, let's give one example. An e-commerce company is experiencing a high chart abandonment rate. It means that people come to the final step where they should pay and they should exit the platform, not paying and transaction successful. But we see that 75% abandonment. So industry average is 69, which means that we are doing worse than industry average. We should improve it. So as an impact, we see the current station is 100 monthly chart sessions and 25,000 completed purchases. And reduce cart abandonment by 10%, we are trying, and potential impact is 10,000 additional monthly sales. And we have, because we collected before data, we know that average order value is $50. And potential revenue impact of it is 500,000 monthly, okay? See, just improving 10%, just reducing it, and we can get possible $500,000 monthly. That's why think this way. And then assumptions. We do assumptions that user abandon chart due to unexpected shipping cost. Maybe we don't share the cost beforehand enough that they come to the final point, they exit. It means that there's a problem there. Mobile checkout process is too complicated. It can be related to user journey or UX UI design. Payment options are limited. Maybe we don't support PayPal or some specific cards from the specific countries. Users comparing prices with competitors. Technical issue cause checkout failures. Then we have the composition. We'll divide it into smaller parts and see that where's the problem. We have here, let's say checkout. We are checking checkout flow, mobile UX, and journey. Then we check a user behavior, so how they exit page, how much time they spend on checkout. Or tech, we can, maybe there's a problem in the server that it responds late and customer doesn't wait till the end of the process and they just exit. And with evaluating, we can do A/B testing, checkout, customer survey, feedback surveys, and user sessions recording to see where the problem is. Yeah. Okay. The following is that business analyst responsibilities. So our responsibility is actually very broad, and it kind of seems that we are more generalists, but I wouldn't call it this way. To have a T-shaped career is very good, and if you are building a T-shaped career, being a business analyst means that you will probably specialize in one industry, one process type, and then you will just add small experiences or knowledges as a T format, T shape, and you will learn more and more. But these are general descriptions, okay? Our responsibility is analyze and synthesize information obtained from large number of people. It's writing documentation. Now even AI helps. Then communicating with them and so on. Illustrations the actual needs of stakeholders. Sometimes what stakeholders tell you is not equal to what they actually want. Okay, their needs and wants change, and they can be not the same. And as a PA, your responsibility is elicit the actual needs of stakeholders and understand what they want. Then facilitate communication between organization units. We are facilitators, we are communicators. Then play a central role in aligning the need of business unit with IT capabilities. So one of the main goals of the business analyst that you are working to be a bridge between IT and business. This is very important. You should know IT very well and business very well. And we are serving as a translator between a business and IT. Here it's written. Okay, as a BA team, in the BA we have it consists of, let's say, two parts, and we have a business team, stakeholders, and IT team. An IT team may consist of BA, system architect, developer, programmer, DBA, and QA and project manager. And in IT team, as a team, we are working from starting from the requirements to elicit, work on it, and test and deploy. In other cases, BA can work as individual contributor. For example, from my experience, I will tell you that I am working as an individual contributor in the company, and it's not that bad. No worries. You are all also in a communication with the other team members. Then things that can hugely influence a BA role and how BA works. There, the team, how the team organized in terms of project and product. Then the relationship between a project and product within the organization. So they affect your work a lot. How you work and how you do process. The approach you are working on the predictive waterfall traditional, or you are working in agile. So, or you are working in a hybrid. It affects a lot how you are working, your working style, and your role. If they are building a software, buying a software, implement enhanced software, merging, or implement non-software changes, the type of technology is being used. And let's say only you have information about the Amazon Web Services. For you to work in the Azure will be a bit harder, okay? Or maybe you don't like it at all. The goals and outcomes of the team organization and the complexity of the internal organization structure. It's very hard for you to reach out a management, so needed stakeholders, internal stakeholders, and they don't reply you. It will be very hard for you to do your own work. So that's why internal organization structure is important. If company projectize functional metrics and so on. you need to take into account. Since the dependencies between other teams, depending on the on this, the how the speedy or slower will be the process will how it will be implemented will depend on it. Okay, then external factors like competition, vendors, compliance. Let's say because of compliance we can't implement some stuff, and then because of competition we have to do it very speedy, and then to keep a quality high is very hard. Internal factors, culture, governance, process maturity, risk tolerance, and so on. Then internal initiatives like agile transformation, digital transformation, DevOps maturity, then the existing roles and skills in the organization of the team, and then the understanding of what a BA role is within the organization and team. What's common among all BA roles, no matter the context and complexity? As I've told you, it depends what you do is from the team, process, company, industry, and so on. But what's common is that the shared understanding of the problem and the solution. It's common to all BAs, okay? You are the problem solver, you are a researcher of the problem. You should understand what the problem is and to work toward its solution. Facilitating the shared understanding as a critical input to good decision making. Then focus on developing a shared understanding of the impacts of proposed change to the stakeholders. So there is a change happening and we have a stakeholders. We need to explain that what's the change and what are the benefits of it, especially to the customer and user downstream process. Then we are analyzing data, process, systems, people, and everything. We analyze, we collect data, inputs in one place, and we make decisions. Then using a combination of skills, assets, and deliverables. And when we read it, and that's why I'm telling you that sometimes the BA role is more a generalist style role, is that you are working with many tools, many people, many processes, and so on. It's very different. It's very seems complicated. It's too much to read, understand from the first time, but it definitely worth it. And believe me that it takes time to read it. To read it, to understand. And as a BA mindset, what I've told you in the start of this presentation is that it's how you listen, it's how you reply, the question you are asking, the visuals model you create, the way you write user story, and when you don't say something, but when you do say something, when you choose to ask questions and have answers, your relationship with others, your body language, your confidence that you are adding value without specific knowledge. All these are included in the BA mindset. That's why I'm telling you that if you know a BA mindset, if you know the foundations of business analysis, the rest is easy, believe me. Then you can switch to the cybersecurity, data, agile, or any part of your. And if you know this foundation, the rest is easy. Okay, if you ask, then if I learn this, how can I find a job? Is it enough to find me a job? Then in this case, what you should do is you should go to the website of the companies you want to get hired, or the big corps that you can go and check what's asked in the industry, in the modern real industry, from the BAs. And the best way of it is to go to the website, careers website, jobs website of the companies, and to search for analyst roles, business analyst, data analyst, and see which tools and skills they are asking, what are the job responsibilities. For example, let's say from the Amazon, the key job responsibility for the business analyst intern role is work with operation, finance, retail, and technical teams. You see, you are working with so many different people. Then develop sound business cases, drive measurement actions, and continuously improve of inputs, ultimately the output of the business. Working with large volume of the big data and high complex businesses. Okay, high complex business. Working with business intelligence. Here we have a BI. Assessing working with big data, multiple source. Partnering with business analysts to identify strategic opportunities. So you are doing so many stuff. And if you go to this website, Amazon Jobs, you can search, filter out BA work with with filters and find the business analyst role in different countries, and probably from your home country as well. Another one is from Meta. Meta is a big company including Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and different other platforms. They have a great Llama AI models as well, very popular. And business analyst role in the Meta looks like this: develop a deep understanding of gaming industry trends. It's for the producer. It's probably for their gaming industry one. And they are asking from you a domain knowledge. And then develop and owning a business reporting and performance analysis. Okay, here you have a reporting analysis. Define key metrics. Here we have a metrics. And develop advanced analytical models to better understand how our first-party studios are performing. Deliver business insight that will drive our product roadmap, both for short-term, long-term, and so on. So again, if you are reading the description carefully, they will tell you what you are asking. And you can see that Amazon and Meta are a bit different. So the only way to understand it and the only way to tailor your CV according to the position is to just go and read the description very carefully. This is one of the things that we're asking from our consultants, our clients, to do before preparing to the interview. So when you understand which process you are recruiting, you are applying, it's very easy. Then you can tailor your speech. You can during the interview, or you can tailor your CV before and send to them, and you will get higher chance of accepted. Okay. So what Big Corp teach to the BA? So if you are working as a Big Corp in any, they have internal training programs. What I've got information from the companies and from the Big Corp is that they are teaching you how to translate analysis into automation requirements. So basically, how to make analysis and write correctly all these requirements, all the needs and wants into real requirements. Implement analytical automation process or eliminate root cause. You have a problem, root cause, it means a problem. If you have a problem, you are working to eliminate it. Proficient in Excel. In Excel, SQL, or Power BI, QuickSight, Tableau, any visualization tool. So having data skills is really a big plus for you. And you can use communication tools to understand metric, dashboard tech, data visualization, data storytelling skills are good. Any of them are, let's say, any way of communicating with the data results. I mean, data visualization, charts, graphs to the stakeholders is very good. Then communicate analysis and automation value to stakeholders. We need to be able to communicate them very good. And if you want to land a job in the any big corp or any company which is in the USA and Europe, especially, they are asking you the following skills. As a guideline, if you write what you should know can be define a problem solution framework to understand what's the problem. Okay, before doing all analysis, to understand what the really problem is a key point, because everything comes after it. Every analysis, every, let's say, planning, all this writing work or doing the stuff, reporting, everything comes after it. If you understand really what the problem is and you have a correct, let's say, diagnosis about it, and you can draft a solution in your mind from the first part, it's really great. Okay, you are just like 3 steps ahead of everyone. So data acquisition, data skills is very important. ETL, big data, working with tools. Then analysis and insights. If you have a data, so data is just data, okay? If you don't work on it, it doesn't become to the it's not turning to the information knowledge. So first comes data, then information, and then knowledge. So in order to good analysis, you need to work on data, all this let's say information, and then turn it into knowledge, and then you need to communicate it, influence stakeholders, especially influence stakeholders, work with them to convince them, and to explain them, be their mentor or be their facilitator. Then to know product management skills, to have a product management skills, and especially if you are a BA and you plan to be a BA, I highly recommend you to take any project management course. It can be very even simple from the internet just for free, or you can do a paid one or get certification as well from PMI. In any case, it's highly recommended for you to understand how the project works. So project management foundation. Yeah. And the next part is about the BABOK and key concepts of it. So if you open the BABOK, you have several chapters from the chapter 1 to chapter 11, but inside of it we have 6 knowledge areas, and then perspectives, introduction, key concept, and so on. Techniques, 50 techniques. It's recommended you first read you put knowledge areas to end. First understand basics, introduction, key concepts, then to see just at least list of techniques, perspectives, and then you switch to the key concept. Then you switch to the knowledge areas, because knowledge areas are they include all the stuff that I've told you, and then when you read and learn them later, it's very good and you will understand very easily. Let's start. Of course, before BABOK, I will tell you what's a PMI Guide to Business Analysis. It's a book by the PMI it's a guide to the business analysis. So it doesn't matter if you learn PMI Guide to the Business Analysis or BABOK, so you will understand both. So if you read this, you will understand BABOK as well. If you get the certification, it will be good for you and easy for you to understand BABOK as well. So, but BABOK is written and published by the IIBA, International Institute of Business Analysis, which is a professional association with 30,000 members and 120 chapters and 1,500 volunteers and 500 partners in the worldwide. So if you go to their website, probably you will find any chapter that's close to you. Okay, but business analyst, as I've showed you with a different photo, it touches so many positions. That's why people, when they're asking which position should I go after learning a business analysis, it's really different. So you need to decide about it. But to know a foundation, if you know a BABOK and you read and you have a foundation, later it will be easy for you to make a decision, let's say where to go, and or when you make a decision, you will understand that where to go. Okay, here we have a different parts. It's about some business data and analytics and cybersecurity, agile, product ownership, tactical, operational, and strategic. So let's say that you know the business analysis and you will decide that you will go more to the data part. You can choose any of these positions as a goal and as a position you will apply, and you can grow here. But let's say if you want to go to cybersecurity, so you can choose from this agile or product owner, product manager, product analyst, head of product owner, and any of them. Or you can be tactical, operational, and strategic level as well. It really depends on you. Okay. And yeah, BABOK is what we will cover. It's a global recognized standard of the practice of business analysis. So you if you know it very well, so you can grow very, very easily and understand the whole BA process. BABOK is a BA core, I will tell, and it's the only way for the BA certification. There are 3 main certificates of ECBA, start level, CCBA mid-level, and CBAP the senior level. So early certified business analyst, certified capability of business analyst, and CBAP is a certified business analyst professional. Okay. At the end of this course, of our business analyst bootcamp, people get 300 questions SCBA, and if they pass the 70% threshold minimum, they get a special certificate from us. And purpose of the BABOK is a business analyst is a broad, and purpose of the BABOK is to touch main let's say competencies, knowledge, skills, terminologies that business person learning business analyst should know. And here in the BABOK we have 6 knowledge areas. Okay, so business analyst planning, monitoring, elicitation, requirement, strategy analysis, requirement analysis, solution evaluation, and 50 techniques. Let's say you are starting just to learn very fresh. What I recommend you to go is to first learn business analysis, then second this, then third this, then fourth this, first this, then we have a second this, then we do third this, 4, 5, and 6 this. So if you will learn in this way, you will see the difference and will see that it's better. Just a tip for you. And inside of them, in all of them, we have some sub-processes, and in those parts, let's say defining a future, identifying current process, understanding current process, or doing a station. It doesn't matter. There are some techniques used in each one. So in the BABOK we have 50 techniques, and from the 50 techniques you can use any of them in any part. So mostly one technique is used in the many knowledge areas, in the many sub-processes. Business Analyst Key Concepts, and here we have a Business Analyst core concept model, key terms, requirement classification schema, stakeholders, and requirement and design. Let's go one by one. Business Analyst core concept model is a conceptual framework for the business analyst. Okay, it shows you what a business analyst is and what it means to those performing business analyst tasks. Here, you need to remember that any projects, anything that you do, is based on this 6. Let's say it has this 6 parts: the change, need, stakeholder, value, context, and solution. Very important. In any project you do, you have a change. There's a change, and that's why you're doing. In any project that you do, there's a need for that. There's a solution that we build, and stakeholders who are interested in the solution, and value we bring to the stakeholders, and there's a context of it. Okay, and anyone. And then this model describes a proficient domain business and evaluate relationship with key concepts in business analysis. It helps you perform better business analysis and evaluate the impact of this concept and relationship at any point during the work. Again, if you do this, let's say a BA work, there's always stakeholders who are interested about this project success, and there's a need for that. And if there's a need, it means that something will change, and there's a change, and there's a change, either negative or positive. Let's say need, or problem, or opportunity. We'll have a solution for that. If it's a negative, we'll fix it. If it's a positive, we'll use and enhance and use this chance to grow further. Then there's a context in which we are doing this work, and of course we bring value to the stakeholders with a specific change, having a solutions to their needs in some context. Okay, yeah. Then here's some explanation as well. And here's the key questions that we can ask. What are the kind of changes we are doing? What are the needs we are trying to satisfy? What are the solutions we are creating or changing? What are the stakeholders involved? What do stakeholders consider to be of value? And what are the contexts that we are and the solution are in? And as an example, let's say healthcare clinic implementing a patient appointment reminder system, and we have a change. It is a high rate of missed appointment at the medical clinic. So people take time to go to the clinic, but they maybe forget, or maybe we need just remind them one more time. And the need is reduce missed appointments and improve patient attendance rate. The solution is automated appointment reminder system with SMS and email notification. And who are our stakeholders? Our stakeholders are patients who are using our, let's say, our products, our services. Medical staff is because they are working and they get paid based on this, and maybe because of the schedule, they are staying very late and they are coming very early, but maybe we have a better appointment system. We may skip this part for the certain, let's say, services. Administrative staff, they are also working and they get paid. They're also our stakeholders, and they don't lose time just calling to the clients and reminding them maybe. IT department who is involved in this. Healthcare insurance providers, they also, in order not to have problems with them, because maybe they are taking appointment with insurance, and the insurance, let's say, wants a confirmation from the healthcare, let's say, clinic, that this person participated in the got appointment and participated. But if they are not participating, again, administrative staff should do some job in order to send information and so on and so on. So it's not automated as well, maybe. And software vendor, if we have any. And the value we give is that we reduce revenue loss from our no-shows for company. Some better patient continuity, they get reminder, they like it. The more efficient scheduling, we have good scheduling, people still take good, easy places, and as they get notification about let's say, reminder when they can join. Improve staff resources and higher patient satisfaction. And then in context is that, for example, current manual reminders calls are time consuming. So we call them, and the current work is that time consuming and it's costly as well. 30% no-show rate affecting cleaning efficiency. So 30%, it means probably loss of the revenue, that they don't show up and we don't get paid because they didn't take service. But doctors and nurses and administrative staff, they get paid because they stayed at work. Most patients have mobile phones. It's very good. They can get reminder, and limited staff resources for manual follow-up. And of course, we need to work on the project, on the works that can be scaled. So if we have let's say 10 people who do follow-ups for the, let's say, 1,000 patients. So let's say if we want to increase our the number of patients we have, promote our services or do partnership, we cannot hire again, let's say 10 or 20 people, but it's better to have a appointment system automation for that, which will send the reminders automatically. Then key terms. Let's review some key terms here. It's a business analysis we have already checked. Then it's a design. Design is a usable representation of the solution, okay? So that we can see that what the solution is. It can be dashboard, it can be button in the app, or it can be, let's say, app, website, anything. Then we have an enterprise. It's a system of one more organization and the solutions that use to pursue shared set of common goals. Basically, the organization very rough. These solutions can be process, tools, information, and the enterprise. And an enterprise may include any number of businesses, government, and any type of organization. Okay, we are working in the business, in the enterprise. It means that we are bringing value to that enterprise. Okay, so. Organization is an anonymous group of people under the management of a single individual or board. Okay, this is organization. Plan is a proposal for doing or achieving something. And we have a requirement. Requirement is a usable representation of a need. Okay. And of course, risk is everywhere in the project and in the business analysis. The uncertainty of the value on the value of a change solution enterprise. So anything that's uncertain, we can call them as risks. But risks, we need to manage them well and to understand, to have a risk register when this will happen, what we will do. So we need to understand this. Okay. So requirement classification schema. Here we have a four level of requirements. Let's come to here with the business needs. I don't know from where I took this photo, but it's a very good explanation. So here we have a business needs. It's a more high level. It's a problem, strategic level that we are addressing. And then we have the business requirements. It's statements of goal, objective, outcomes that describe why a change has been initiated. Why we need a change, okay? This is the explanation of it. And then we have a stakeholder requirements. It's in the problem domain, by the way. Stakeholder requirements, the requirements that stakeholders have, they are asking from the business, from us to meet those requirements. Then we have a solution requirement. It's a capability of quality solutions that meets the stakeholder requirements. Okay. Here we have a functional and non-functional. From the name, you can see that functional is more technical, functional and non-functional. And then transition requirement describes the capabilities of the solution that face transition from the current state to the future state. And if something is changing, let's say data migration work or migrating to the new tool, transition to the new tool, it's about the transition requirement. There have requirement classification schema. Here we have examples that business requirement, for example, increase average order by 15%. This is our, let's say, requirement from the business. Increase loyalty, decrease operational cost. For the stakeholder requirement, we have let's say as a marketing manager, I want to update the product description so that they match the marketing tone of voice. The marketing manager wants to be able to do it. And as a returning customer, I want to see my previous orders to remember what did I order last time. These are stakeholder requirements. For example, one is marketing manager is internal, company stakeholder can be, and another one is a customer, and the customer want to see a returning orders. Then we have a solution requirement. Solution requirement, we have functional, non-functional. It can be, for example, user on the checkout page. When the user clicks on buy now, pay later option, then a third party checkout is opened and a new window finish. And when user started to buy now, pay later section, buy now, pay later section is finished. When the confirmation message is displayed with the result and transaction. Basically, it's a fully functional, technical. Non-functional, it can be about accessibility, security, availability. SLA, for example, we want it to be available anytime during a day. This is a non-functional requirement, okay? A transition requirement, it can be data migration, training, business continuity during the transition, and any of this change management. Yeah, then we have more examples as well. And stakeholders, we talked about it already, that stakeholders are individual or a group of individuals. The interest of the success of business and business analyst is likely to interact with them directly or indirectly. And these people, here is a keyword, is having an interest, okay? Interest in the success of the business. And you need to remember it. But stakeholders can be very different. Business analyst, customer, end user, sponsor, supplier, tester. And yeah, and let's say we have a bank mobile app. So write in the comments that who will be stakeholders for the bank mobile app, okay? Now, here we see that some explanation, business analyst, customer domain SME, and we know all of them already. We'll skip them. requires a sponsor, house, supplier, and tester. Then we are now in the requirement and design part. And the requirement design is really important because requirement is a what we get information that what the stakeholders want. Is that we write it as a requirement format. We call it requirement. It's a usable representation of the need. Okay, description, understanding. Design is a usable representation of the solution. But when we go from the requirement to the design to the solution, we switch from the requirement to the design, and then it comes to solution. Basically, we start from the need, then we go to requirement, then we go to the design, third, and then we go to the solution. Always remember. So requirements are focused on need, design focused on the solution. And here we have a chart that shows, for example, from the business analyst, we ask a question, why do I want it? Then we do some design, it goes to stakeholder requirements, and then design, solution requirement, again question, what are the need, what do I want? And then transition requirement, what are the conditions? And it comes as a format to asset outcome, but here we have a design, and design. So it comes requirement, design, elicit requirement, more detailed design. So this cycle continues. Okay, if we see as an example requirement and design, it's a requirement. Let's say view 6 month sales data across multiple organization units in a single form. This is a requirement, but design can be a sketch of a dashboard. Let's say one version of the requirement is reduced amount of time required to pick and pack a customer order. So design is process model. The requirement, it can be a record and access a medical patient history, but design is a screen mock-up showing specific data field. Requirement can be a develop business strategy, goal, and objective for a new business, but design is business capability model. Provide information in English and in French, and design prototype is text displayed. Okay. And yes, type of the system of the business analyst may work. We can work in different systems. It's not only as an ITBA working on the mobile app or say any system, so it can be related to the data and dashboard or AI machine learning as well, or backend type elements, or it can be a SaaS software backend, or rebuild an existing software, or business process operation change. So it really depends. If in the example, if you can see that, we see that in the business context, a coffee shop face declining foot traffic due to changing consumer behavior and increasing competition. And the owner needs to transition the business online to remain competitive. And the key business objectives are increase sales, expand customer reach, and maintain market competitiveness. And here, what we do, we understand that here we have a stakeholders. So stakeholders are, let's say, owner J. We have customer, employees, and competitors. The key challenge identified is that owners resistant to change, diverse customer preferences, and employee adaptation to the digital systems. Then we can do a systematic analysis framework. So we can check a scope definition. We can do some data analysis. We have a let's say we can check data of the sales, how much increase, how much decrease. Then analysis techniques, we can use SWOT to understand strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for the coffee shop. And then we can do pest analysis if it's needed, but not all analysis can be used in all cases, and they are not all of them are suitable to each case. Okay, pay attention to it. Understand as a BA which technique will be used in the specific cases. And then we can do a process modeling, can do a current state mapping, identify inefficiencies and process improvement opportunities. The key takeaways is that digital transformation requires systematic analysis. Stakeholders engage is crucial for success for businesses. Data-driven decision making enables better outcomes, and the change management is essential for implementation. Okay, now we are slowly coming to the end. The next one is perspectives. Here we have 5 things. They are used in business analysis work to provide focused task techniques specific to the context of the initiative. And here we have 5 parts. Is agile. It's also from the BABOK. Agile, business intelligence, BI, information technology, business architecture, and business process management. We'll go through them very shortly here because we cover them in our bootcamp very deeply. But in this case, it's just very, let's say, very broad. Agile is a business analyst working on agile initiative, continually release, adapt, and adjust their efforts and tactics. Here we have a input coming from the end users, customers, team, from stakeholders, as what they're asking is to create something from us. And here we have a product owner working on the product backlog, trying to make a backlog, working with the team closely, and each time planning for sprint backlog for each sprint. Okay, we have just overall one product backlog, but we have a sprint backlog for each one as well. So when we plan and create a sprint backlog, we know that how many tasks we are going to work. Our developers will work on the task during 1-4 weeks. So mainly sprints are between 1 and 4 weeks. And Scrum Master makes sure the process goes well. Here we do meetings daily, 24 hours. It's a stand-up meetings every day morning for 50 minutes. And yeah, Scrum meetings and updates. We do update about the work, what we have done yesterday and what we are going to do today. And then at the end of the work, where we come to the end, we do a sprint review, what we have achieved, what we did, what we worked on it. And we do have a sprint retrospective, which is about to understanding what went well, what we did correct, and what to improve. Sorry. Okay. The Agile Business Analysts help Agile team to answer this question. We help them to identify what needs are we trying to satisfy. Is there any worth satisfying? So maybe we shouldn't satisfy these needs. We don't need them. Should we deliver something to satisfy that need? And what's the right thing to do to deliver that need? Okay. Then here we have 4 agile values: individuals and interactions over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan. Remember. And we have 12 principles of agile project management as well. The first one is these are important, but probably you will not 100% remember them. But to understand them and to keep mind, or at least to note somewhere and look at to them often, is very good. It's very recommended. So we have here, the first one is satisfy customers through early and continuous delivery. So welcome changing requirements even late in the project. Third one is deliver value frequently. You should deliver value frequently in each sprint. Break the silos of your project and build project around motivated individuals. Of course, team should be motivated. The most effective way of communication face-to-face. It's better to meet or to talk more. Working software is a primary measure of progress. If it works, then it's good. So, but it should be good working, okay? So that without any bugs, and so which satisfies the needs of the stakeholders. Continuous excellence enhances agility. The maintain sustainable workplace. Simplicity is essential. Self-organizing teams generate most value, and the regularly reflect and adjust your way of work to boost effectiveness. Here we have some agile techniques that I will go speedy through them. It's a behavior-driven development, can be canalized, it's lightweight documentation, Moscow prioritization. You can stop and read about them. Personas, we are planning workshop, purpose alignment model, real options, relative estimation, retrospective. You have here story decomposition, story mapping, storyboarding, and value stream mapping. There are many, and each of them we are covering in our bootcamp in detail. And in order to learn Agile, you may ask where you can learn. It's the first book is by the PMI. It's also a very good book, Agile Practitioner Guide. And from the IABA, we have here Agile Extension. Both of them are recommended. And Agile approaches, we have a crystal clear, then discipline Agile delivery method, then this one, extreme programming, future development driven, Kanban. Kanban is probably most famous, and Scrum most famous one. The extreme programming also a little bit. Yeah. Then we have a business intelligence. Business intelligence initiatives focus on the information needed to support decision making. From the name, we can know the business intelligence. So, for example, we can have a KPIs, dashboards, so analysis that we have we can use. So existing business process and transaction system can provide source data that's definable and predictable. Then the cross-functional data infrastructure that is needed to support a business intelligence solution has not been precluded by the organization on technical, financial, political grounds. The organization recognizes a process in re-engineering and change management might be needed in order to effectively analyze. And here in the business analysis, we can see that I've told you the data is not enough. So if you process the data, it becomes information. Then if information becomes knowledge, and we have a shared understanding of that knowledge. So data by itself is not enough, and the decision risk while having just fresh data is very hard. So no need to do that. But in order to make a best decision, first understand data, then turn it information, collect, work on it. So know what, know how, and know why. And if you know why, to come from the data to the why is very easy. Okay. Then business intelligence here as well is that we have some data sources. It comes to integrations, enterprise data view, and decision support, analytics, and decision points. You can see that it's not only about the data analysis and or transformation, or only about the data warehouse. It's very different, and it includes many steps. The types of analytics we can do is the first one, descriptive analytics. It uses historical data to understand, analyze business performance. Okay, very important quote. So this part, historical data is used to analyze past business performance. So it's descriptive. We have some data in the past and we are analyzing it. We have KPIs and so on. Then the next one is predictor. From the name, you can understand that it's a predictor, and we are using the statistical analysis methods to historical data and identify patterns. Okay, we have some data, we are using it to predict. It's the business analyst focus in information requirements for pattern recognition through data mining, predictive modeling, forecasting, and condition-driven alerts. Then we have prescriptive. Sorry. Okay, prescriptive. It expands on predictive analysis and to identify decisions to be made. Decisions to be made and to initiate appropriate action, improve business performance. So statistical optimization and simulation technique can be used to determine the best solution. And for situation of interest to stakeholders, full specification of associated decisions and potential actions are required. Then supply and demand driven. So the objective and priorities of the business intelligence initiatives can be based on technical goals. Okay, they can be based on improving existing information delivery system or business goals. to improve a decision-making process. So it can be either improving existing one or to have a improved decision-making. For example, in supply, it's the main question is that for given cost, what value can be delivered? For demand-driven, it's for given value, what cost do we incur? Okay, so are different. And then structured and unstructured data. Structured data is very understandable that it can be written on the Schema, then SQL, that is numerical, categorical. Unstructured data is a semi-structured and unstructured data, for example, text, image, audio, video. Some business has architecture. Here, to make a business architecture useful to the organization, a business house must require a view of the entire organization. For example, if you don't know where to make a decision, to whom to go, and how to process, so it will be very hard for you. Then full support from the senior leaders, how you can reach to the manager, let's say skip level manager, director, senior VP. Then business process management, it's mainly done in a three level. It's an implementation level. It's about work, human resources, IT, operations. The business process level, it's more about process redesign, Six Sigma, Lean, documents, projects. Okay. Then we have an enterprise level. Here we are focusing more strategy, process, architecture, and so on. Okay, business analyst role in the BPM initiative is we are about somewhere here, that we have process architect, process analyst, process model, and we are working in this part. So it comes, product manager brings the project, we are working on it, and then we are after finishing the project, we are switching to the, let's say we train the operations team and we give this project to them, and functional manager and staff start working on it day to day. So that's why it's ongoing and it's operations. And the process improvement approach, there are 4 types of process improvement approach: top to down, bottom up, people-centric, IT-centric. Top down is typically orchestrated from a central point of control by senior management and have organization spanning implication, targeted end-to-end process. But bottom up is the initiative are typically tactical approaches to improving individual processes. People-centric is more principal change to activities workflow in an organization, and IT is initiative frequently focused on the process automation. They are different, and the way of your company is working, it's really affecting the way of your working as well. And information technology is a system implemented to increase organization value through the systems. For example, business capabilities and processes that use IT systems are delivering value to the organization. Business analysts working from the other perspectives can integrate their work to the IT business analysts. And IT system changes are usually driven by business need, also may originate from within technology and development. So the nature of the business has activities in IT environment depend on a variety of solution impact factors. Okay, what happened to the business if the system shut down? So you need to understand from the technical point of view as well. What happens if the system performance degrades? What business capabilities and processes depend on this IT system? What contribution to those capabilities and processes, and who uses those capabilities and processes? Everything affects. Okay, and here the last slide is about methodologies used in the software development. Methodologies is a first one, predictive and adaptive. We talked about in the previous slides as well that predictive is it's called waterfall as well, that you are you do formal documentation and planning from before, and you follow the plan. And adaptive is a process which allow you reworking with one more of the original structure process cycle, which means that you can make changes, you can update it. For example, sprints are this: you are updating constantly product backlog, then building a sprint backlog, and then you are working on it, and until the sprint is finished, the previous backlog probably will be again, let's say, will be again updated. So in the following sprint backlog, you may get different things that you saw before that you have in the product backlog, because in 1 week or 2 weeks there can be a new requirement as well. So yeah, thank you for listening. This is pretty it, 1 hour 20-minute mini business analysis class. So thank you very much for listening. Use links in the description. Check out them and join our community. See you. Take care. Bye bye.